Okay, that's rolling. One day you open up YouTube and there's 7 people in a row telling you how great the new Warm Audio microphone clone is. Is Clone Clowns too harsh? Maybe. That's really not what this video is about. I'm just commenting on that, and it could be any other company, but I am sort of talking about Warm today. It is a polarizing company. I think there's a lot of controversy around Warm, and I'm not here to stir that, although I am here to talk about personal opinion that I believe is a common feeling about Warm, but in the bigger picture about cloning and what is a clone in 2024. If you can take the name of the thing you're cloning and inject it into the name of the thing, the clone. So for instance, we all know how many products are with 73 or 12 or 14 or 87. The similarity of circuits can be quite broad. It's about the look of the gear. Part of what I want to talk about is how it's not the company, it's not their fault. It's your fault and it's my fault. The genius of Warm is they've recognized that people eat with their eyes, right? People hear with their eyes. Especially if you're a newbie or you've never really been in the room with the real stuff. If you give them that, a visual replica, replicating the look of it, and then you give them better circuitry, better components, but in a box that doesn't try to look like the replica, which one is going to sell more? We both know the answer, right? And a lot of new people don't understand where Warm fits on the scale of value. How did we get to the place where we're willing to spend more money on the looks of a piece of gear, a microphone or a preamp or a compressor, rather than what's inside it making the sound? People want that because we live in a visual world. I think we're so used to it. A lot of people excuse it, and I'm not trying to say, I'm not really judging. I'm really more just pointing out, like, hey, we all see it, but let's talk about it, and how it's just kind of, originally, the first place you ever saw Warm is there's this orange piece of gear sticking in somebody's 500 series. It really stood out. It was unique. It was totally different. Now, in this modern day, what is Warm? Could not get further from that. And they spend so much money on trying to make that physical object look like the thing they're cloning. They're trying to sell you the ability to pretend it's playing dress up. That's my real complaint. The scales have tipped. Clones are great. I'm not complaining about it. At some point, you start to say, gosh, it probably cost them a lot of money to build the assemblies and stuff and make them look like the real piece. And it's $1,000. If they didn't do that and they had their own look like in the original days, sure, Warm and Sweetwater, and they're just trying to sell these microphones, right? But it's also really lays bare and shows you the world that you live in 2024 with the clone clowns and the marketing barrage of just bull. Go back and look at when the 87 came out, the Warm 87 or whatever it is, right? Or the 414 or whatever. We've all watched YouTube reviewers who'll say, oh, this is the thing and I use this all the time. But then go look after the fact at somebody's done a studio tour. And here's that same guy and they're walking through every preamp they have and all their microphones. And guess what you don't see? Let's quit allowing that shit to happen. At least make fun of them. So I'm not really trying to slag Warm as much as just express disappointment that they could, not be cheesy schlockmeisters. But that's marketing, and to be fair, it's no different than any other industry, let's say. But it doesn't make it any less just creepy.